Bedtime Biography, Stasiland, Book Summary Chapter 4. Have you ever felt stuck and not known why? That's how Julia Barron felt. She tried to move on. She tried to make the best of a bad turn. When she could not be an interpreter, she thought of hotels. A hotel receptionist job did not need a degree. It would still use her language skills. So she applied everywhere. Berlin, Leipzig, Dresden. Everywhere. After each interview, the manager smiled and said she was perfect. She left feeling excited. A day later, she got the same reply. We've given the job to someone else. It happened again and again. Julia slowly realized what was going on. Her applications were being sent to the Stasi. Then they were quietly refused. She tried to change her life. She broke up with her Italian boyfriend. They had met at the Leipzig trade fair. He had been a small window into the West. She thought ending the relationship might clear her name. She hoped things would get better. At the airport, she faced another shock. A guard took her aside. They opened every bag. They pulled apart her hairdryer. They inspected even the smallest thing. Julia felt naked in front of strangers. Everything about her life seemed under suspicion. Back at home, she still could not find work. Hotels, restaurants, tourist agencies. No one would hire her. She had fallen into a strange gap. East Germany had always said there was no unemployment. Now she was unemployed. She had no university place either. She felt alone. Then the summons came. She was told to go to room 118. She walked through the building. On the door, she saw those words, Ministry for State Security. She understood where she was. A man in a suit greeted her in a small office. He spoke with a calm smile. He told her he wanted to help. Then he opened a stack of papers. They were photocopies of her letters, intimate things, love notes. He read them out loud. Julia flushed with shame. He knew everything about her family. He knew her father's taste in books. He knew her sister's wish to study piano. He knew facts about her ex-boyfriend's home in Umbria. He could even name the model of his car. Where did he get all that? International informers? The officer hinted. The message was clear. I know you. I have you. Then he made an offer. Julia, he said, there is a simple way to get your life back. He slid a small card across the desk. Become an informer, he suggested. Write reports about people you know. Do this and the black mark beside your name will be removed. You will get work. You will get a future. Julia felt outraged. Absolutely not, she said. She refused to spy on her friends and neighbors. She left the room in a daze, but the officer had given her the card. He had planted the seed of choice. The truth hit her. Keeping her head down had never been enough. She had been targeted for something small. Dating a foreigner had made her suspicious. The only way out seemed to be betraying others. How many people did the Stasi do this to? The answer, it turned out, was many. Hundreds of thousands faced the same squeeze. A job, a trip, a promotion, or a clean record. Each came with a price. Julia refused the bargain. She did not call the number on the card. She spent the next decade living with her parents. She was often jobless. She watched life move on around her. The loss of privacy left deep wounds. She found it hard to trust. She could not form steady relationships. Her life did not end in a prison cell. But the effect was similar. A career stalled. Years of waiting. A future narrowed by a single label. Her trauma was quiet, but it was real. This is the part of the story that most people miss. Not every injustice is loud. Not every punishment looks like a trial. Sometimes the harm works by small steps. A headmaster's visit, a torn letter, a card on a desk. Julia's choice to refuse the Stasi cost her dearly, but it also kept her conscience intact. She lived with the pain. She kept her dignity. And then something else happened. History moved in a big way. The world she knew began to change. We'll come back to Julia's life after that change. For now, think about this. What would you do if a stranger held your future in his hand? Would you take the card and regain your life? Or would you walk away and pay with lost years? If you read the book that tells her story, you will see how these choices echo. Julia's life is a lesson about pressure, courage, and what it means to keep your name.